What's up, Hulahans? A special warm welcome for our Hump Day Wednesday episode of the Maui Hot List Hulahan. I'm Daniel here
Yes.
with St. Johnny.
St. John is back in the cathedral.
Left the
uh,
land of cacti and Mexican food, and now you're back on the island, huh?
Dude, I mean, the weather was incredible in Arizona, right? This is when you get subdued into thinking, oh, I could live here. And then June hits. And dude, I am just not acclimated to the desert no more, man. I love Arizona. It was really good to me. It cut my teeth on real estate there. I'm so grateful. I couldn't breathe, bro. Like everything just so dried out. My sinuses, I can't do it no more, man. But that Mexican food sure is delicious and cheap gas. And boy, McDonald's value meals are really like what you see on TV instead of the $2, $3 extra that they are over here. So yeah, dude, that was fun, man. But
Right on. Well, welcome
yeah,
back. And yeah, we had a little. You took a show, I took a show, and we're bouncing around, but still delivering the messages. But
that's what's
wanted to
up.
introduce a little something new. We might have a few of our kind of clientele, our private clientele, tuning in on this episode. Every Wednesday, we want to give a bit of a market update, not just your numbers and kind of geeky stuff that you often see a lot of people send out or post, but we really want to give you a feel for the market. What are we seeing? What are we noticing? What are we hearing? What are all the people reaching out to us saying? What are they talking about? That sort of thing. So, Johnny, take us away.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff, Danny. I really like the idea of doing this every single Wednesday. And you're absolutely right. So many people, agents like ourselves, post these statistics, which just they don't mean anything to anybody, right? So let's talk about what we're feeling and seeing out here in the market right now. I was doing some ancillary reading because I'm on the plane, right? I got the Wi-Fi. I'm reading a whole bunch of news stories. And one economist was saying that, we're probably going to be headed towards a recession. And I feel that's the case. He feels like everything was kind of propped up by a lot of the illegal immigration coming over and a lot of money being thrown at that, which kind of propped up the economy falsely. And we need to take our medicine. He said it could lead to maybe a mini housing crisis, whatever that means. But he felt that luxury would remain strong. And quite frankly, I'm definitely feeling and seeing that here as well. They say that the last 4 years, the average American is hurting. However, the administration was touting a strong economy because based off the numbers, the stock market went through the roof. And what that means is that different demographics based off of income are going through the experience differently. And I'll
Mm,
just be blunt, the wealthy made more money, they became more wealthy, and Maui tends to be a place with the high-end real estate that we have. It's a good place to park cash. And it does seem we've had our occasional crashes here, so Maui is not immune, but it definitely seems that we double just about every 4 to 6 years. So,
absolutely.
I'll use Kapalua as a great example, right? So Kapalua to me, the plantation estates, a lot of those are what I consider somewhat fortress of solitude living, right? They're up in the hills there, they're on big pieces of land. And I remember those would average right around 4 to 6 million. Well, now it seems like they're starting at 10. And some of them,
Mm,
not on ocean front, which I watched one sell for 14, not on acreage though, with ancillary buildings and all this other thing. I'm watching some of them come for 20. So if you're wealthy, Maui tends to be a great storage for wealth. Now, where is the pain? Well, we're definitely still feeling pain in the condo market. That's also where we see the largest buildup of inventory, right? And the law of supply and demand is simple. If supply is high, well, then prices must come down to be able to consume excess inventory, and vice versa. If supply is low, demand is high, well, then prices have to pop in order to squash all that animal instincts of wanting to buy. And so, we're not seeing a crash per se in these condos, but to your point with the conversation we were having about Kihei villages, right? So we remember when those were in the high twos, low threes before COVID happens. COVID
Yep.
takes them up to the sevens. Well, now Kihei Villages is sitting on 16 opportunities for somebody to buy in there. There's 16 listings. And Kihei Villages was always active. There was always a lot of turning over, right? And a lot of those sit in the mid sixes. Would you agree? So
Yes.
already a slight reduction from the highs of the sevens. However, somebody comes in with something sub 500, 499, 485, boom, that's the one that moves, right?
Sure
So
is.
that's what we're seeing in the condo market. I'm having a tough time right now with a beautiful residential condo that my client did to the nines. He even went in and put central air conditioning unit in this complex. And I want to say it's his rental unit and his personal unit are the only ones that have central air conditioning in this complex. And I have people that want it. They just can't make the numbers work. And so, it really flip flopped because after the fires, we had fire survivors that had good insurance being made whole with the insurance. They were immediately going out and buying whatever they could to live in. So we had that pop there. And then I want to say it was about June, July, where all of a sudden all those people of last year, so fires in what, 23, and then was it 23? 24.
23.
Yeah. And then so June of last year is when I felt that market kind of die down a little bit, right? And so now I'm watching stuff in the around $1 million range, residential wise, kind of sit, whereas those were
Steady.
flying. Yeah. But then somebody comes out with something sub 1 million. Well, now you're getting all kinds of activity, right? And wasn't that one an odd one that we were just looking up at Ho'omau up there in Maui Meadows, where we were trying to pitch that to the database and saying, hey, this makes a good alternative as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, smaller house. It's a good alternative to a second home condo, right? Well,
Sure
that
is.
thing was listed at $1,150,000 in October. And then all of a sudden in January, they get so much activity that somebody ends up closing on that thing for $1,450,000 with a loan,
Wow.
right? So it's still an odd market. And then all of a sudden, Danny, I'm showing and I'm selling vacation rental condos again, even with the high fees. So, and why is that? Right? Well, our property manager friends are telling us it's because as we get further away from the fires, the memory of Maui starts coming back to people's minds again. And the health of the industry with vacation rentals is seen by how far in advance people are booking. And that's what we're starting to see now. And so that's starting to click up. I'm not giving everybody the all clear. You are not going to be making a ton of money this year, but you are going to be making exponentially more. And quite frankly, if you do want to get involved, this would be the time where you're going to have to deal with a little pain on the income side, but you're preparing yourself because when I give you the all clear, that's going to be in the rearview mirror and prices are going to pop because it's all rosy again. So if you got a little bit of money where you can float for a little bit, it's not going to pay for itself because you got a loan. Good times are going to be coming, is what I'm seeing. So yeah, man, that's my little blab there. We still sit on low inventory here, much like the rest of the country. Still dealing with sellers that are unrealistic because they're sitting on very, very low interest rates, so they can float, even though they kind of want to sell, as long as they get their price. And I still have a ton of buyers on the sidelines. So with that being said, maybe 2025 isn't the rosy year. And if you're a real savvy investor, a potential buyer, maybe you're getting involved this year because of that, because I am feeling that no matter what you feel about this administration, America feels differently than they have for the last 4 years. And I'm going to dare say that Trump is going to bring a feeling of what's called the wealth effect. And it's where people suddenly feel comfortable spending money because they feel positive about the future. And that I feel strongly about. Now, with that being said, we probably go into the shitter for all of this year and all of next year because I just prognosticated that. And I'll delete this
We're just
video.
going to delete this video. We're just
That's
going to
right.
delete this video from cyberspace, and it never
That's
ever
exactly
existed.
it.
But there you go. There you have it. A little update from the front lines, what we're hearing, what we're seeing. I mean, similar for me as well. And Jonny and I are always talking to different people, different clients every day, and very similar vibes on my end. A lot more vacation rental conversations, a lot more luxury conversations, and absolutely nobody talking about residential condos. Just crazy. So thanks for tuning into this section. I mean, feel free to jump off and go about your day unless you want to hang out with us. Now we kind of tune into our usual programming. We walk you through the hot list, some of the newly listed, some of the new price changes, canceled, pending, solds. We kind of walk through it. We give you a little insight into what's going on in the market, different tidbits, information points, or random facts that Jonny or I have about a particular property. So
That's
let's
it.
do it, Jonny.
Let's go, Danny. Let's jump into this Hulahan here. I got to remember how to share my screen, and let us jump into the world of Maui real estate. Can you see my screen there, Danny?
Sure can. We're
All
back.
right. So, guys, guess what the red numbers mean in this column here with the green arrow? That
It's
means
so confusing, isn't
the
it? Green
price.
arrow and red color. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, lost your audio, Jonny. Hear you. Lost your audio, Jonny. Can't hear you, Jonny. There we go.
Sorry about that, gang. My kid called me into my phone and it kicked us off there. So let's jump back in here, shall we? All right.
Technology. Skip over
I'm
that part.
telling you. Where did it stop, Danny? What was I
It
waxing
stopped when I
poetic about?
made the comment about the colors on the pricing. That's the last we heard.
Okie dokie. So let's start out with this guy here. We're starting out with a gorgeous condo in Ho'ole. Ho'ole sits across the street, Mauka, so mountainside of the street, of the Fairmount down in Wailea. So you are in the heart of Wailea here. It is zoned hotel. They make excellent vacation rentals. This one has been reduced from 5.995 million to 4.995 million because it's been on the market for almost a year now. And the price is high there because it is in Wailea. And these are larger condos, 24, 26 square feet, 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath. They live like homes, but because they're hotel zoning, you can absolutely vacation rent these. Maintenance fees, guys, 2014 bucks. I hate to break it to you. That is a great maintenance fee in this current day and age. I just sold a condo at the Napili Shores. It was a studio, Maintenance fee was $1,900 there because of all the special assessments. So I'm going to tell you guys, there's probably room in this price here. This is what I'm looking for, is a seller that is actively trying to find the price in the market with price reductions. I guarantee you this is a motivated seller here. If you like the Ho'olei, reach out to us. South Point at Waiakoa here, Danny. Look at this guy. So if you've been following,
little Mickey Mouse
dude,
going on here.
it is, dude. So South Point of Waiakoa is predominantly 1 and 2 bedroom condos. There's 2 floors. There's a bottom floor and a top floor. The bottom floor tends to be a little bit more desirable because those condos have a small yard. But flanking the community, you have a series of these still condos, but they really are standalone homes with a garage. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath at 1,124 square feet. So why does it live like a condo, John? Well, I pay my $1,003. An exterior maintenance and landscaping is covered, my water, sewer, trash, etc. However, I get to live in a house. I have no neighbors attached to me, etc. They started out at $965, which would have been a great price in the past for a standalone home of 1,124 square feet. But like we were just talking about in the update, the market is soft. 815,000 would get you into this guy right here. And I want to say that's because somebody came out and priced another one recently that was more in line with this pricing here.
Another one just listed yesterday at 825. So now they're trying to undercut them.
That's exactly what it is, Danny. They're playing that game, the race to the bottom.
Motivation until someone else gets out there, and now it's a race.
That's it. So, guys, this is the same listing that you're seeing. This is the condo listing. And then just to get some additional marketing in there, they also threw it in the residential section because, once again, it lives just like a standalone home.
Yeah, so something unique about that, I guess, Johnny, is because it is a condo, they're taking care of the exterior maintenance, the roof, the fence, some of these expenses of a house that typically you would be responsible for. You are not responsible because you're paying that HOA fee every month. So
it's an amazing second home opportunity. Many times people tell me that they're buying these vacation condos and they want to park a car there long term. And I have to break it to them. I'm sorry. It's just assigned parking, yada, yada. Boom. You got a garage.
You got a garage.
Golf cart. And your golf cart in there.
Life, man. It's a good location, right? I mean, I lived across the street from this complex for a couple of years. I mean, you're just around the corner from the beach, from some restaurants, North Kihei. I mean, it's residential, but it's quiet too.
The close proximity to Sugar Beach Bake Shop alone, Danny sells this condo.
And then you got shaved ice in the afternoon to cool you down. So boom.
Let's go. There it is, gang. So that's the scoop there. So one of those rare opportunities. There's a couple others on the island there, but yeah, standalone home that lives like a condo, lock and leave lifestyle. Wailea e Kahi, so only the Wailea e Lua. So it's e Kahi is number 1, e Lua, e Kolu. So 1, 2, 3. E Kahi is number 1. It is zoned apartment, I should say. So It is technically on the Minatoia list. It's only Wailea e Lua that enjoys the hotel designation of zoning. But man, still throwing this out here, guy. Just acting like nothing else has happened. But they do have a realtor that's cracking the whip. What was 2.949, now 2.895. And I have to imagine, Danny, it's because of this gorgeous remodel, dude. That is high end for Maui. It's beautiful. Man, they even took the vinyl floors outside. 1,505 square feet. This guy lives large. Good stuff there, man. Right there in Wailea. So another nice alternative for a second home with a lock and leave lifestyle. Currently allowed to be vacation rentable, but in danger based off of the Minatoia list. If you don't understand what we're talking about, refer back to some of our other videos where we explain. What is it about Ohana Road, Danny, where there's a lot of CPRing going along? Got a lot of these 2-bedroom, 1-bath kind of homes. This one's
kind of an interesting spot, yeah.
It is, isn't it? Because I'm always seeing Ohana. I don't see this one here, guys. I didn't see it at 1,475,000. I'm not seeing it at 1,350,000. I get that it's a beautiful remodel. I get that it's somewhat close to the ocean. It's still 594 square feet in a 2-bedroom, 1 bath on a 0.38 sized lot. So I guess that's the value there. Is it is a larger lot, almost 17,000 feet. And you can build a larger dwelling
In-house.
here. This would just be the Ohana. So let's talk about a potential strategy. Somebody would pick this up for 1,350,000. They could build a larger main house. We could then get a architect and a real estate attorney. We could CPR off this Ohana here and sell that off and recoup back some funds that helped us build our main house. Watch it happen all the time. I still think that you need to come in and get this at a little lower price to make that work. I think maybe $1 million makes sense here on this one. That
Write the offer
is the
at this
scoop
point.
there. Write the offer, gang. That's what we always say. I don't even argue anymore. I just write the offer. So here we are once again with the Whaler fractional opportunities. They move. What am I buying? I'm buying a 1-bedroom, 2-bath, 905 square feet for 85,000. And for my 85,000, I get the last 2 weeks of May. I get May 15 till basically my birthday and JFK's birthday. And what do I pay for that 2 weeks? Well, my maintenance fees run me $37.39, takes care of my taxes, the AOA fees, etc. is my understanding. And that's the scoop. It's a fractional. And these actually do go up in value because it is Maui. So we've got a motivated guy here, started out at 89, now 85. If you're not familiar with the Whaler, this is directly to the north of the Whalers Village Shopping Center in the heart of the Kaanapali Resort area. The Whaler, and then a little bit to the south, Kaanapali Ali'i, are the only 2 condominium complexes on Kaanapali Beach proper. They're both zoned for hotel and actively vacation rented. The Whaler, however, has some that are chopped up fractionally. That's what the opportunity is here. 2 weeks for the rest of your life. Pass it on to the kids. 85 grand. Pay the maintenance fees. Come to Maui.
Boom.
Kapalua Golf Villas. 14 V34. 14, not one of the premier buildings. Still a gorgeous view of the golf course. $1,750,000, Danny. Now, Kapalua
What's
Golf
going on
Villas.
here?
We're big fans, right? But Kapalua Golf Villas is zoned apartment, and it is in danger of the Minatoya list and Mayor Bisson's intentions. But they have just listed this one right at the market there, probably a little bit above the market for me, Danny, being in the 14 building and all this carpet here. Just my thoughts. But hey, right along in line with take the offer, take the listing. That's what we tell realtors.
well, I mean, let's talk about this one just a little bit. I mean,
Let's go.
it wasn't that long ago, several months ago. I mean, we were writing some offers on some 2-bedroom units, and we were saying 1.415 was kind of crazy at that point.
Indeed.
And now we're in
Indeed.
the 1.7 for a lesser building, lesser remodel. I mean, what do you think is driving this increase to 300,000-400,000?
Seller that needs to get his money back. So let's take a looky here, shall we? Let's hit the history button. Let's go back in the Wayback Machine. So, yeah, well, they've been trying to sell it for a minute, and here's the scoop, Danny. They picked this up in 22 for $1,550,000, and now they're skittish. And to your point, they picked it up in COVID time in 2022 at $1,550,000. Realistically, this is maybe $1,350,000, $1,250,000, because it is Kapalua. These will retain their value even if they lose their vacation ability. They are still luxury condominiums in one of the most luxurious neighborhoods in all of Maui. However, the vacation rentability is what tends to push people over the edge and say, yeah, I'll go ahead and buy that if I can make some money off it while I'm not there. So we're fans. We have buyers here. We do hope that it keeps its vacation rentability there. I don't think these make sense for local people at $1,750,000. I would have to imagine that the rent for something like this would be $6,000 plus. But that's my thoughts there, Danny.
Right on.
Kila Kila Place, Pukalani, upcountry, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1761 square feet with some beautiful trees right in front of the house, Danny. I'm sorry. We're snobs about the photos. But yeah, anyway, so I got a big piece of dirt here, 0.39 acres. So just a little shy of half an acre. It's a larger home. That's an attractive price for upcountry at $1,000,001. We'll keep an eye on this guy there. I don't
Flip
know.
us through a few pictures. Yeah.
Oh, cuz that bugger is original, bro. I mean, they made sure the paneling matched the paneling on the cabinets. So we'll see at
Looks in decent
1,150.
shape.
I
Definitely
mean,
original.
hey, there it is. You go though. They took care. So strategy here, guys. Size a lot. Plop down a couple of Ohanas if you want to. Rent those out. Make ancillary income. Potentially CPR those in the future. All kinds of stuff you can do over here. Kila Kila Place, Pukalani, eat at Pook Soup, eat at Serpico's, eat at Calais Lunchbox. Don't get me started. Look at this one, Danny. Pukalani once again. Alohilani Street, little bit larger house, 1212, but only 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Does have 2-car garage. Maybe get some living spaces in here we don't know about. But 875, Danny, I tell you, this one's going to fly, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Quarter
Let's
acre.
let's peek and see if it says anything. Ready to renovate and remodel. 1031 exchange. All right, so they don't give us any peaks. Our buddy Thad has that listing there. Here we go. One of the rare condo opportunities up country, and they're both in Pukalani. So you got these, and then you got those cottages as you come into the entrance of Kamehameha Schools. So 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,409 square feet, 440 for the maintenance fees. Pukalani does have a great local golf course, looking for $1,050,000. And they got a garage. How's that action right there? So
Ooh, and maintenance
once
fees only
again,
40. Not bad.
crazy, yeah. So I'm not sure if they take care of all the the outside exterior of this particular condo, but we're happy to dig in if this guy makes sense to you. Yeah, it's a gorgeous spot, man. I love Pukalani. My kids went to school up there. Got a lot of good friends up there. The weather is gorgeous. So that's action.
Food is
Oh,
good.
Ulua Road. Where we stay? Well, we're in Kavela. We're just past Kaunakakai. On Molokai, we're looking at Maui right there. Kavela is one of the more developed sections of Molokai, which means there's about 20 homes here. So, so this is vacant land, 2 acres, $350, 350,000 big bucks there, guys. That's Molokai jam for you. Kalama Gardens. So here we have it. Started out extremely aspirationally. We talked about this when it first hit the market. Still don't see it for $1,250,000, but getting a little bit better than the $1,595,000. Kalama Gardens is currently vacation rentable. I believe it's zoned apartment, however. So looking at 936 feet.
Let's go history
What's
on this one. What'd they pay for this?
yeah?
I
So they
remember
remodeled
showing
in
these back in
2020.
2018 for like 400.
So here we go.
Yeah,
Picked it up for
there you go.
350 and 20. In 20.
In 20.
And did some remodeling. Well, they picked it up in 20 and it was probably remodeled. And now they want to make 900,000.
They tried to go 4x on this thing since they bought it.
This is how
in
they
4
listed
years.
it. They said, John, here are my bills. Here's how much money I need to make to pay those off. And we're pricing it right there. That was the strategy, Danny.
Wow. But talk about what we talked about earlier is you want to park some money. I mean, we talked about parking money and luxury, but if you don't have luxury money, you only have 400,000 or 500,000, then I mean, park it. Look at how much this went up in 4 years. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, man.
We'll see where they land.
So,
at the end of
absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to definitely keep an eye on that guy. So this one here canceled. This was interesting, man. They got foreclosed on as they were building it. And then somebody picked it up. Let's take a look at the history here because they ended up fighting over it, dude. So this is a flip, right? So started out at 1,150,000 REO bank owned, and it ends up bringing 1,681,000, closes in 2022. So there was absolutely a bidding war going on here because, quite frankly, guys, homes in the original section of Kaanapali Hillside are bringing all of 3 million bucks, just not this particular one here. It has been updated. It has a pool. It has some good stuff. It has some views, but nobody's making a move. Now, Danny, I'm going to tell you, dude, when I see this out here, that kind of looks almost a little warped to me, like
Does look
sun and
rough.
water damage a little bit. And up top here, so maybe it was a crappy remodel, right? Because, man, that kind of tile is so 1990s. Anyway, so somebody picked it up for 1,600,000. They dropped 100 into it, and then they wanted to dump it for 2.75. This is going to be an opportunity. I think that maybe they turn it into a rental for a little bit. I'm not sure, but at some point that flippers want to get his money out. Contingent escrow canceling. This one went into escrow and it is now falling out of escrow. Could be due to things found in the inspection. Not sure. We don't know what's going on there, but we know that the seller is disappointed. Moving on. Ho'ole. Here is the beautiful pool of Ho'ole. Tell me that does not look like a resort with a killer little jacuzzi right there, lagoon action. Sitting here across the street, I'm at the Fairmont. Could not get the 5.495 milli, so it's expired. Kihei Villages, Danny, to our point, after our discussion today, 599 couldn't do it. It's an upstairs unit, so no yard. I dropped it to 499. Boom, I get action.
Action. Only waited 300 days to do that.
Somebody finally picked up our house, Danny. What do I always preach about price? Price overcomes all objections. My only objection to this guy, it's right off of Hana Highway. So getting in and out of it, you might have to wait for some traffic. But guys, that's a steal. 4.88 million for 2 full-sized homes. Granted, they're smaller, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1309, 2-bedroom, 3-bath, 1156. But that does not suck right there. Paddle out right from your house, cuz look at that. Boom, boom. Living the ocean dream. Paddleboard over to the beach if I want to. I think that's probably Tavares Bay over there, maybe Kuau Bay. Look at that. Wake up in the morning vibes. I wish I would have sold this. I was definitely preaching it. Uh-oh. Umuni'u place. This guy. No, I had somebody looking at it, but this isn't the one. So here we go, gang. This is classic Laniopoko. The 2 tells us that this was the Ohana unit. It was back in 06, so back then you didn't have to do the 2-bedroom, 2-bath vibe. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,008 square feet. Total lot size, 2 acres. They shaved off half an acre of exclusive common elements. So you're buying the cottage with that killer view and that beautiful pool. And there's also a main house that's still attached to this TMK. 2.97 million, Danny. That went fairly quick, 79 days. Good stuff up there at Laniopoko. Pohailani, Danny, had a feeling this was going to go. We've talked about Pohailani. This is the studio section of Pohailani on the Makai side of the lower road, so the ocean side. And this side is zoned hotel, vacation, rentable. Across the street, we have the Pohailani kind of duplexes. There's 1 unit downstairs, either a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Upstairs, same thing, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That area was always zoned apartment. Even though people were doing vacation rentals, that has been ceased. This one is vacation rentable, 672, 14 days on market, gone. Like we mentioned, life is coming back to the vacation rental condo market. Here we go. Old school vacation or Kaanapali Hillside. This is the OG first section. Originally built in 88. Somebody went in and rehabbed it in 23. 3,176 feet, brings just about $1,000 a foot. There are newer sections of Kaanapali Hillside. You got to go through a couple of gates from here. Prices go up exponentially. Kihei Garden Estates, very close to the ocean here. Kalepo area. No, these are the ones that are actually across the street from the ocean, huh, Danny? Is this
Yeah,
kind of
across the
no?
street from Ocean behind Times.
That's what it is, right behind Times. So zone department, so in danger of the Minatoya list hoopla, but they still sell because they make great second homes, even if you couldn't vacation rent them. Makes for great long-term residences, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 851 square feet, 952 for the maintenance fee. How about you take 675 and can you wait because I have a loan? Sure, that deal went down.
That seems pretty good
675 for a
value and
two
something that
bedroom,
a
dude.
local family could live in.
Absolutely. Nice alternative to Kihei Villages, a little bit larger. I think these are a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little nicer. I don't know. It's just
Eh,
it's less density, right? Kihei Villages is
Less
large,
density,
sprawling.
a
There it
little bit
is.
more intrigue on the inside. I mean, you got the vaulted ceiling, you got a bit more space to work with. You feel like you can
Goats.
twirl your arms around. But yeah, I mean, these were going for like a million, right? During COVID.
Literally 5 minutes, if that, to the beach. Walking from here. Close to
No,
a Zeka
less than
place.
that. Maybe two and a half,
Yeah.
three. It's
Close
literally
to a
across the street
Zeka
from the ocean.
place. Killer restaurants close by. You know, local vibes too. Not like Wailea, sterile kind, no community. This one has some local vibes, in my opinion.
Someone did good on that.
They did. Maui Banyan, yes. Hotel zone, vacation rentable, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1349 or 1,349. These are the funky ones that have a bit of a lock off, so you can do a 1 bedroom and lock off a studio, more of like a hotel room, different types of year. That configuration can work. It brought all the money. Did they sell this off market? Oh no, man. So this thing went into escrow about 9 days afterwards, and it brought all the money. Does it have a view? These ones have a parking structure, so you get shaded parking.
Man,
Got a
Maui's been
nice warm redo
super
there, man.
updated. Yeah.
Dude, little bit of an ocean view right there. The lanais are a little bit funky and narrow, but man, Maui Banyan's very, very popular and hotel zoned. Bingo, bango, pickle, mango. Here's Ho'omua Street, Danny. This is the one we were pitching, telling people, I'm telling you, it's going to make a great alternative to a condo, yada, yada. Nobody listens. And what happens? Contract in January. So you missed the opportunity to pick it up for market, and then a whole bunch of activity happened, and people fought over it, and it sold for 1,455,000. And guess what? They did a loan, so it appraised. I like this house, dude. I really did. And
I
what's
liked it
funny
too.
is, yeah, they sold the main house after they listed this guy quicker. But
Yeah.
well played. Well played to the Vista Group. Hats off. Another Kihei Garden Estates, Danny. They're selling. And dude, they're coming in right around value, 665. So there it is. That's a new price for Kihei Garden Estates. Going to average in the mid sixes. I said it. And if they keep their vacation rentability, gang, kind of a steal. Just putting it out there. Little bit of a lot here. Lot 39, Unit B, looks like Ukumehame. My grandfather was born up in this valley, by the way. 2 acres, 525, brought all the money. They even threw a loan on it. Bingo, bango. Unit B means you can build the Ohana. It's different now, gang. Agricultural, Ohana, 1,500 square feet, no room count limits. So you can pack as many bedrooms as you can in that square footage. That is brand new. That is what I've got for the Hulahan today, Danny. Boom. I think you froze up there, buddy. All right. Hui ho, gang. We're going to shut her down.